Hi everyone, Colm here. This is my very first vlog video, so vlog number 1, and it's a great week to start because we had testing with Limerick at the weekend and we're back training this week, so it is literally back into pre-season, inter-county training right now, and I'm excited. I'm really excited to get back into it. We finished with the club about a month ago. So my own club, Ó'Móráin, we got knocked out in the county semi-final about a month ago. So yeah, that was pretty sickening. We had a really young team, and I think that there was a really good vibe there this year, and I really enjoyed it. So it was my favourite year at club thus far. So disappointed to be finished with that, but at the same time excited now to be back with Limerick. We did our testing at the weekend, but I haven't got any results back yet. We did things like FMS, speed tests, agility tests, and anaerobic endurance tests. We had no 1 rep maxes, unfortunately, and we had no sub-maximal rep maxes either. There wasn't too much strength stuff in there, which was disappointing, but we might be doing it another time. My training program is going to change slightly. When we get our programs with the county, it'll be a little bit different, a bit more sport specific, but I'll still be doing quote unquote, you might call it bodybuilding style training, just to try and build some muscle mass. This is a run through of the training session I did last week, and this was before we did the testing. So this was like the week before we did the testing, and what I wanted to do was just deload on my legs a little bit. I wanted to reduce the volume of my legs because I knew we'd be using, we'd be doing a lot of sprints and we'd be doing a lot of jumps. So I didn't want to go too high in the volume with the legs, whereas I wasn't as concerned with the upper body because I didn't think we'd be doing too much upper body anyway. So I started off with maybe 4 or 5 sets of 6 to 8 reps on a heavy squat. Worked my way up, wearing my weightlifting shoes, a big advocate of weightlifting shoes for squatting. When I get onto my heavy sets, what you really start to notice is I'm taking a really big deep breath in. Okay, I'm taking a big deep breath in and I'm bracing my belly against that belt that I'm wearing. Okay, so I'm really trying to use a Valsalva and really try and keep myself nice and tight in the middle so that I can lift heavy. Okay, and it makes it a lot safer. In between all my sets, I do like to work on other things other than just resting. So you'll see me doing a lot of hand-eye coordination stuff with tennis balls, and you'll see me really trying to work out my pecs here. So anterior shoulder muscles and fibrous tissue I'm trying to loosen out so that I can get better at things like snatching and overhead squatting. So that's what I'm doing there. Moved on to some bench press after that. Again, got warm and then went for a couple of heavy sets, 6 to 8 reps, and gradually pushed myself through those. I actually went to failure on one of these just to show you guys the importance of using your catch bar. So when I'm training by myself, I do like to push really hard, and I would like to be safe as well so that I know that I can go to failure without killing myself basically. So if you're in a good bench press position, your chest should be nice and high, and then as a result when you go to failure you can just release all the air out of your chest. You can relax down onto the bench, and then the bar should land on the catch bars and you should be able to just roll it away. Moved on to my heavy sets and rows, so I actually supersetted these, and again I did 6 to 8 reps on these rows. Single arm TRX row, new movement I've been doing for the last few weeks. I really like it. You can kind of really push it and get your 6 to 8 reps. It's not an easy one by any means, and you also have to use a good bit of core stability just to keep yourself nice and aligned. Next I moved on to some incline dumbbell press. Simple stuff, guys. As you can see, I moved my rep ranges up to 10 to 12 reps this time. Again, 3 or 4 sets, and I supersetted that with some dumbbell rows. Again, 3 or 4 sets, 8 to 10 reps. In between then I am still working on some skills work. So we've got some prehab going on here, single leg balance on a pad, basically on a cushion, and working on a solo. So skills and prehab worked in together. Finally I moved on to some isolated pec work, and what we have here is a cable crossover. Now this is my favourite chest movement at the moment, and I kind of have a slight variation to what most people might do, but basically what I like to do is I like to keep the tension on the pec all the time by rotating around my hips or rotating my shoulders halfway through the movement. So what you notice is here at the end of the movement, if you stay, we'll say, square to the pulley, you've got no tension on your pec. Now if you stay parallel to the pulley, you've got no tension on your pec at the start of the movement. Okay, so the parallel to the cable, you've no tension at the start, and perpendicular to the cable, you've no tension at the end. So what you want to do is try and stay perpendicular at the start and parallel at the end in order to get maximal tension through your pecs. So that's what I'm literally doing here. At the start, you'll see that I'm turned away from the cable, and as I pull the cable in across my body, I bring the opposite shoulder around, and that allows me to keep the tension on my pecs. Also brings in a good bit of core. I finished off with some bicep work, and what I have here is some lying cable curls, and I'm doing them in lying for one reason and one reason only, so that I can do some forced eccentrics at the end. So what I do is I go for as many as I can concentrically, and then I work for about maybe 3 or 4 more reps with a really hard eccentric. So I sit up, pull the weight back, and then fight as hard as I can all the way down. So that's a really good way to put a lot of tension through your biceps and really overload them with tension. I just finished this one off with some hammer curls. Again, 3 sets of 15, I think, in these. Yeah. So I finished off this workout with some hammer curls, 3 sets of 15, and that was it. That was the workout. So that was kind of a quick idea of a sample workout that I do. Usually I do a lot more volume in legs, but again, I reduced my volume that day. In terms of my eating, I generally eat the same thing all the time. This really doesn't change that much. I put on a ton of chicken once every couple of days, and that does me for a few days. I have it with peppers and I have it with onions. I absolutely love peppers and onions. Fry them up. I have plenty of garlic for lots and lots of reasons. I'll talk about garlic another time, maybe when I'm talking about supplements. But I have plenty of garlic, and I'm using seasoning a lot these days. So I used to have sauces, but a lot of sauces don't agree with me, so I really do rely on seasoning for a lot of my flavour. I have a lot of spinach, so this is basically my leafy greens. I blend this up and just have it as a drink, and I try and get one of those into me a day, one bag. It's not all doom and gloom. I can't have dairy, so I've never really had ice cream. But recently I discovered this thing called Nobo, which basically means no cow, so no dairy. And it's essentially ice cream made from coconut milk, avocados, vanilla extract, and honey. It's absolutely gorgeous. I love it. I don't feel ill or anything like that after it. I could eat a whole tub and feel fine. It's the first time I've ever been able to enjoy ice cream. So yeah, it's really good. And I've actually been having it with this Green and Black's organic dark chocolate with ginger in it, and it's really nice, because what I actually do is I melt the dark chocolate and I pour it over the ice cream. I've never actually had something so nice that has gone into my stomach without causing any upset. So we've got some new equipment coming to Fit 100, so hopefully in the next vlog I'll be able to give you an update on some of that stuff, and that's really exciting, so I'm really looking forward to that. On everydaytoathlete.com, the next thing I want to work on is the practical side of the training guide. That's all for today. If you liked the video, please do like the video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Slán.